light the candles, get the ice out, roll the rug up. It's today, though it may not be anyone's birthday yet, and though it's far from the first of the year, I know that this very minute has history in it. We're here to celebrate Jane Goldman's first book, With No Regrets. Thank you, Randy. That touched my heart, my soul, and all of you being here. I welcome you to my home. So these stories are my stories, but a lot of them are my friends' stories, which I've shared because I'm a very good listener. And I have not a great memory about what I do in anything, but my friends' stories that are dear to them are always in my mind. So I shared their stories, I made them mine, and I hope when you read this book, you will feel some connection to the stories that I'm writing about.
Talking to myself, just like that. It began in the grocery store not too long ago. Toothpaste, instant coffee. I said it out loud, and someone actually looked up to respond. Well, I was only doing it for my own attention, not for anybody else. Now, how did this happen to me? Did this mean the beginning of the end of my younger years and the start of that new stage? Why was I talking to myself? I wasn't lonely. Was it to help me remember? Well, frankly, I don't recall.
So this is called Where Did I Go? This is a little bit more sobering. I look in the mirror and try to find myself, but I can't. Where did I go? I remember the first shocking time I suddenly noticed that I could not recognize myself. It was Christmas, looking at a department store's decorated window and seeing a reflection of a strange woman staring back at me who just wasn't me. Then only last month, while in a ladies' room, I saw several young women's faces reflected in the mirrors, combing their hair, like I was. They left. I was standing there alone, but it was my image they took with them. The one remaining did not belong to me. How could it? This is the image of an older woman who looked more like my mother than me.
I recently heard that our brain spends approximately 90% of its energy on just fighting gravity and keeping us up straight. So, if that is true, why, after being on this earth for so many decades, am I no longer standing up straight? Why am I getting shorter the longer I am standing? Other things I do not understand. Why are my ears getting longer when they hear less? Maybe worse. Why in the past 10 years has no man asked me to marry him except my trainer, who is even shorter than me and needs a green card? I guess the answer to each question is, I am just very lucky that after all these many, many years of standing, the fact is I am still standing. And while I stand closer to the ground, I now know the ground upon which I stand.
All right.
As to my ears, the longer they are, the less they hear, the more I understand. As to marriage, while no eligible man has proposed to me in 10 years, I better understand what love is and can choose to marry anything in my life that brings me love, which I learned not need only be through a man. So let my brain keep working 90% in its constant fight against gravity. Along with the remaining 10%, it is obviously working just fine.
The facts have been presented. The trial is over. I am the defendant, and in this case, also the judge and the jury. I am considering a guilty plea, but first I would like to deliver my closing argument. I will try to be brief. Here are some of my crimes. I have caused pain to others. This is not hearsay, it's a fact. I have left men who loved me. I hurt people I cared for, and others I courted. I left my parents' home to find my own. I hurt friends at times when their interests conflicted with mine. I swear I felt bad each time I committed any of these acts. At times I had trouble finding an alibi. Some of the people I hurt felt damaged. They told me so. Some damage was real. Some, in my view, was speculative. A number of them put me on trial for my behavior.
Beautiful. I had my eyelashes on. He thought my eyes were beautiful. I had my dark reddish lipstick on. He thought my lips were beautiful. I had my hair extensions on. He thought my hair was beautiful. I had my highest open-toe high heels on. He thought my legs were beautiful. I had my sexy bra lift and butt lift on. He thought my body was beautiful. That night, he thought all of me was beautiful. I looked in the mirror and I thought he was right. I am beautiful. After he left, I took off my eyelashes. I took off my lipstick. I took off my hair extensions. I took off my highest open-toe high heel shoes. I took off my sexy bra lift and butt lift. Then I looked in the mirror and saw me behind my face. And I thought, I am, just as he said, beautiful. And seeing myself that way, without my accoutrements, I thought, I will always be beautiful, without anyone telling me. And that, to me, is the only beautiful way to think.
The no matter what friend. A dog can be a friend, so loyal and loving. A cat can be a friend, so loyal, even if not so loving. Even a goldfish can be a friend, always there when you need to see it. And that's not counting. A blanket can be a friend, even if it's not the one from childhood, if it gives you comfort. For me, I don't have a dog, cat, or goldfish. I don't even have a blanket I can rely on for comfort. I have to turn to the human kind, my kind, and I do. And I don't have just one friend. I have many friends. Then, most meaningful to me, and maybe to you, I have my family of friends. Much fewer in number, yes, but these are the ones I can really count on. The ones that are always there. The ones that make me feel I'm never alone, always loved. In short, this family of friends are the no matter what friends. And what do I do in return for my family of no matter what friends? Happily, I don't need to feed them 3 times a day or walk them day and night. Instead, I just need to love them and care for them in return. In short, be to them what they are to me. A no matter what friend. And that is the friend I will always be and grateful to be, no matter what.
This book is called With No Regrets, and the piece I'll read now is With No Regrets. it ends. What an aha moment when my friend reminded me of the Franz Kafka quote, as to him, this was the meaning of life. I thought I became philosophical many years earlier when my sister was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. But maybe that only gave me new meaning to the expression, when life changes on a dime. Hers certainly did. With that diagnosis, she had no time for her to leave anything significant in her life left undone. She did not. This gave her strength. She could then say, in the face of her death sentence, and she did say, without tears, because I was there, I have no regrets. I saw every city I needed to see. I accomplished what I needed to do. And she even said in her continued celebration of life, I'm glad I just purchased a very expensive handbag. And she did. It was another Chanel bag. She had many in her closet. Well, I thought, if I'm now to accept this most alarming aha moment, then I wondered if I would be able to say the same things at that time. I began to think, maybe it's enough with cleaning my closets and apartment when they are really clean enough. Enough with making close to friends whose problems always came ahead of mine. Enough with worrying about all the many things that might never happen. In short, as I finally hear loud and clear what might be the true meaning of life, it ends, I began to think that celebrating life and doing what is significant to me, not just to others, has to be a top priority on my bucket list. I think if I abide by that, then when my day comes, like it did for my sister, I too can say what my sister did. I lived my life with no regrets.
Without James Bond, the day would never end. Without James Bond, the road would never bend. When things go wrong, us gals have got a friend with no regrets.
From your book called Integrity. I can't read this. I wanted a man with integrity. He wanted a woman of 50.
Wouldn't you know it?
So I lied, but now you see, there's a weird complexity. How can I trust him when I know he can't trust me? Integrity. I need integrity. Well, kids can tell the truth, and they're cute and are forgiving. Integrity. I need integrity. I'm no kid, and I ain't cute, but I'm still living. 'Cause I know just how to fudge on my integrity. If I tell my brand new lover how the last one was much better, or tell my friend her coiffure makes her like an Irish setter, then I would live alone with my veracity. So I shade the truth with some capacity. I tell my friend her awful hair holds interest. I tell my inadequate lover, well, you're different. Integrity. it's all mutual. My friend said my new dress is, well, unusual. Integrity. Fuck my integrity. Go and stick it on a shelf. With friends, you keep integrity to yourself.
Rien de rien. Non, je ne regrette rien. Ni le bien qu'on m'a fait, ni le mal. Tout ça m'est bien égal. Non, rien